I think she's... This is the way I'm keeping my hair. My hair's staying like this for this live stream. It's just the way it is. Right, what am I doing? I'll just get the chat and everything up. Well, it's how I feel. It's how I feel. It was snowing this morning. Good morning, Pip and Goldust. Good morning. Happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday. Tomorrow's Saturday. Tomorrow's going to be a good day for me. I can feel it. I've got different vodka to try tomorrow. I've bought a different vodka, so we'll see how that goes. Or should I say Russian flavouring? Well, good morning to you, lovely Will. Good morning. I get my water. I'm drinking water today. Hydrating after the terrible night I had again last night. I didn't have a good night again. So I'm hydrating with water. And I've tidied up. I've bleached all my bathroom and everything this morning. But this morning, see, when I got up this morning, it was pure white outside. The garden was pure white. I came in here, my car was pure white. The road was pure white. It's all went away now because it's been raining. You might see a wee bit of snow over... Oh, wait a minute. Might see a tiny bit there over at my car. Is there any more? No. But it's all away now. But it was pure white this morning when I got up. I thought, thank goodness I never put out any water features. Good morning, Kijama. Good morning to you. Good morning. Look at the mess. I think I should fix my hair. See, this is what I do. I usually have it up in a ponytail like this. But I don't know. I always like to do that with it. I don't know. Oh, did you have night terrors? Was it sleeting in Edinburgh? Well, see, I've got the crazy night sweats. That's what I've got. I'm burning up. I go outside in the middle of the night and you can see the steam coming off my skin. That's how boiling hot I am. And although I'm boiling hot, I wake up shivering. I wake up shivering, so I do. So it's all the change of life stuff. That's what it is. Yes, Pip, it's no joke. It's really not. And I've got to get up and talc. See the amount of talc I'm going through, just talcing myself down. Of course, I always wash myself down as well first. But I'm freezing cold, freezing cold when I wake up like that. Good morning, Jenny. Good morning. Yes, see, I've got the fan on as well. Well, I've got a fan on facing me. You know, I've got my pad that Sarah got me that you put in the fridge and it's like gel inside and it's lovely and cool. I've got that. I've got everything, but the hot flushes that ladies get at my age, it's from inside your body out is the only way I can describe it. It's like a burning inferno coming from the inside out. It's horrible. So that's how I'm hydrating this morning. I need to hydrate. And I'm still not feeling the best, but I know this is going to pass. And then see, next week I'll be back to my usual self and think, what the hell was I thinking last week? This is what happens. See, if I'm reincarnated, I'm coming back as a guy. Definitely. There's a few reasons for that. Right. One, so that I don't need to go through all this. And two, I've always wanted to write my name while I pee. It's true. Now, if I tried to write my name peeing now, it would just be dribbling down my leg. You know, there's no aiming for stuff. I would like to be able to aim for things. So if I come back in the next life, I want to come back as a guy so that I can do that. I can pee standing up and have none of this. Carry on. Good morning, Edge of ASMR. The snow's all away now. There's a tiny, tiny bit over there at my car, but that's it. But it was pure white this morning. But since then, it's been raining for a few hours, so it's get rid of it all. But I think it's going to snow again. Good morning, Edge of ASMR. Oh, Pip. Wouldn't it be fun though? It would be great fun to be a guy for a day. That'd be. I'd be drinking lots so I could do lots of peas. I'd be aiming for stuff. You know how like people like put tin cans on a wall to shoot? I'd be doing that, but only it would be pee. I know that's probably too much information. It's a bit early for this kind of talk, but that's what I feel. But the ultimate would be to write my name. I couldn't do that right now. Unless I had a catheter in there, I could give it a good go. I could give it a good go if I had a cat. Oh, I don't know if anybody's had a catheter in, but it's no joke. I don't know what's worse, it going in or it coming back out, the catheter. Oh, it's a badging. Nippy is the word. Nippy. In fact, when I had woke up from, I think it was when I had got the C-section with Peter, and I had woke up and there was a wire round my leg and I was going, what's this wire? And I'm pulling it. And the lady went, oh, don't pull that, hen, that's your catheter. I was ready just to pull it like that. I'd know it because I was just waking up. I didn't know what they had done. Oh, well, it's no, for ladies as well, it's nippy. Nippy is the word. It's not good. It's not good at all. Poor Will. Oh, I can imagine. Whoops, I was going to ask you something this morning. See, my mind's terrible now as well. I'm going into the kitchen and thinking, what the hell am I in here for? I was in for something, I know that, and then I've got to come back in here and sit down. Who knows what I was in the kitchen for? I was going to ask you something and I forgot what it was. See, the more I think about it, the more there's just like, it's like birds swirling around in my brain. Pigeons are walking and squirrels and stuff. I don't know what I was going to ask you. Oh, that's what I was going to ask. See, there it came to me now. There's my sweet Sky. Good morning, Sky. I was going to ask you, does anyone have a bad experience with their first kiss? The reason I'm asking that is because I was watching a thing early this morning, and it was about young girls that are in this purity club, right, with their dad's purity, and they're not even allowed to kiss before they get married. There's no kissing before they get married, not even holding hands before you get married, none of that. And what they do is they go to this ball with their dad, and they all dress up, and they sign a contract saying there'll be no snogging or holding hands or anything like that until I'm married. There'll be none of this. And the interviewer says to one of the girls, say though on your wedding day you kiss your husband and he's a terrible kisser, right? It took me back to one of the first kisses I ever had. That was crazy, right? Now, fair enough, I never had much experience. Now, I was about, what, 10, 11. See, we learn early in Scotland. There's nothing else for us to do, bar kiss and stuff. So it was like just an innocent kiss, like a snog. We were having this snog. And one guy was okay, and then I had snogged another guy. And do you know what he would do while he was kissing you? Jump. So he'd be kissing you and jumping at the same time. And I thought, that's a bit weird. I thought, I don't know if you're meant to do that. I had to ask my friend, is a boy meant to jump up and down while he's giving you a kiss? I didn't know, but I don't know. I don't know where he got that. I don't know what movie he had been watching, but this guy thought to snog someone, that was what he done. You snogged and jumped at the same time while we were like that. There was lips all over the place. I was like that, deranged with slabber. Well, that would be weird to you. Well, I can imagine that would be weird. Yeah, you don't want a tongue down your throat, do you? Your first kiss guy. This guy was his tongue and lips were everywhere on my face. My nose and everything was getting. Oh, Pip. Oh, it's lovely. Yeah, that's what I had. But I was like, I don't know if that's meant to be. Am I meant to jump as well? Somebody would look out their window and see me and this young man jumping while we were kissing at the same time. Is this what the grown-ups do? I was all. That was it for me. That was it. I was like, no, thank you. I don't want to see you again. You're chucked. That's what we called it. We called it chucked. I'm going to chuck him the more I see him. He's getting chucked. That's what you call dumping back in the day. And a snogging would be get off with them. That's what it was. See, you snog someone back in the day. It was, so you're going to get off with him? I don't know if I should get off with him or no. That's just an innocent kiss. That was nothing else. That was just an innocent. I might get off with him. See, if I get off with him, you can get off with his pal. And then you see him, he's chucked. I'm chucking him. Did he chuck you? No, I chucked him first. He got chucked. Well, as I say, it was one of my first kisses, so I was like, "Is this what meant? This is what it's all about?" Are we meant to jump? I don't know if we're meant to jump or not, but I don't know what this guy had been watching on the telly, or maybe his big brother has said to him, "Now remember, you've got to jump when you're kissing." Maybe that's what's happened there. But that was it. Backing off. Yes. Yes, we called it getting halfway. That means like a proper grown-up snog. You getting halfway on the night. Who are we getting a wee bottle of wine and we're going to get half with some folk? Who are you going to get half with? I don't know. MD, really. MD comes along. And anyway, see when you drink that monk's wine, everybody looks cute as hell. Tell you. Yes, guys. See, this made me question the whole kissing thing. I was like, I'm not sure if kissing's for me. If it's going to be like that, jumping, carry on. I was a baddie because I was frightened to go into my next kiss after that. I was a bit frightened. I think I made sure that I was sitting down so that nobody could jump. Oh, Jamie. I'm sorry about that, Jamie. I'm sorry about that. I don't know if I've ever had a like Mills and Boons moment. As I said, me and my ex-husband, we went to high school together. So it would be like that. So you're going to get off with him the night. Aye, I'll get off with him. I'll get off with him. And his sister was my best friend at the time. So it was all like a wee group we had. And, so there was never like a Mills and Boons moment. That's like a romantic novel. There was never that. I've always wanted that, but I've never really had that. Although I do watch movies and think that'd be smashing. That'd be right. It's running along the beach like that, the two of them. That'd be an amazing thing. That right there. Although there was intimacy on one of the beaches on my honeymoon. Well, we had to. Everybody else was doing it, so that did happen. Actually, that was a bit romantic. That was my honeymoon. Yeah, it's a bit weird, isn't it, walking around, especially if they've got bad breath. See, if they've got bad breath, then that's a deal breaker right there. Thank you, Orthela. Orthela. Yeah, the whole Greece thing though, that wasn't planned. But when we had went to Greece, the Russian flavouring that they done was blue label, right? So it was even stronger than normal red label vodka. So we used to have our flavouring, and then we would walk along the beach, and I swear you'd be tripping. Oh, sorry, mate, you'd be tripping over people that were down on the beach doing stuff, right? So me and the ex-husband used to go, do you want to go down the beach and see if we can see anything? Because we're right nosy up here in Scotland, we're right nosy. So we'd walk along the beach, you know, kicking the water and stuff like that, and you could hear shenanigans. You couldn't see, you could just see the black silhouettes, you know, all along the beach. People like were so romantic. So here, there was one night that we thought, well, here, if you can't beat them, join them. So we got under a palm tree. It was very romantic for a honeymoon. Very romantic. I've never. That's the only time that that's ever happened. Although the time, mind, I told you about the time in Spain. The time in Spain. Now we didn't do it on the beach. See, we were married for years, but we had took a walk on the beach, and as we were coming up these stairs, there was someone's drawers on the stairs. The purple they were. Me and the ex-husband are laughing. No, look, there's somebody's knickers. Somebody couldn't even wait to get down to the beach. You know, they're taking their knickers off on the stair before they get down to the beach. And as we got up to the top of the stairs, there was a couple walking down, and I felt like going, excuse me, you'll see some purple knickers on the way down. I can assure you they're not mine. Look, I've still got mine on. And frankly, that's not my kind of cut of knickers. Well, I bet you. Oh, Jenny, see, you're a strong woman. Women are so strong, and sometimes you doubt yourself. I know I did for years. I thought I was weak, and I thought, you know, I was no good, and I would let MD. I couldn't say no to people, was a thing as well. And then eventually I've come out my shell and blossomed into a beautiful flower, a strong flower. Even though I'm feeling like this at the moment, I know that I'll overcome it, and I'll be stronger next week than ever before. Yes, yeah, my underwear was like, do you know, it felt as if I had a penis when I stood up, because my underwear had a big dod of sand in the crotch bit. You know how you've got a crotch pocket? Or I don't know what that was up with that with girls' knickers, right? You've got the crotch, and I used to make them for a living. I was a sewing machinist and used to make underwear. You've got the crotch, and then you've got the gusset, we call it, right? But there's always an opening there at the gusset, and that filled with sand. So see, when I stood up at that big long, it was like I had a boy's man, as we say in Scotland. That's what we call a boy's thingy-bobber. We call it a man. So I had a boy's man. So I was like, oh, look. What was that? And my ex-husband, would you get rid of that? That's turning me right off you. Get rid of that sand that's swinging there. I was like, oh, I was rocking back and forward. It was like swinging. Look what I've got. I was way with it, with the flavouring. Because there's no measures either. They just take the lid off the bottle and pour it into your glass in Greece. It was a good time. I had a good time. Yeah, see, I knew that. You're super mum, Jenny. That's what you are. Yeah. Yeah, we call it French kissing. Sky, we call it Frenching. Or are you going to French her? That's, see, because France is the city of love, or Paris is the city of love. France is a very romantic city, so when we were snogging folk, you know, and getting halfwhere, French kissing sounds a lot cuter, doesn't it? Oh, I think I might French kiss her tonight, or I might get halfway her. French kissing sounds wonderful. It sounds a bit better. It sounds. In fact, remember the wee guy on the plane when me and my ex-husband were going to Disneyland Paris, and I had too much to drink. Well, it was a bottle of wine, but when you're up that high, and it was like the plane's bottle of wine, so it was a wee bottle of wine. Anyway, I was drunk. I was sticking my tongue in my ex-husband's ear. Stuff like that was going on. And there was a French man sitting next to my ex-husband and nudged him and went like that, Paris, l'amour, the city of love. And I was going, oh my God, this guy thinks we're on our honeymoon or something like that. This is just the way I get, pal, when I'm drunk. This is just me normally. It's nothing special. This is just it. My ex-husband going, would you stop doing that? Now, see, now you understand why my ex-husband was like, where are the divorce papers, by the way? Have you got them yet? I need to sign them. Pronto. Pronto sign them. I'm a lot of work. I'm a lot of work, especially if I've had the flavouring. And I've always told you I'm a lover. I love everybody. Maybe a bit too much sometimes, but that's just me. Yes, French are romantic though. There's something about France that is very, and I've been right through France, from Calais all the way right through to Italy, I think it was. In fact, there's a big tunnel, and it's called the Mont Blanc tunnel, and I'm pretty sure it's between Italy and France. If it's not Italy and France, it's Italy and somewhere else round about that area. I'm pretty sure it's Italy and France. It's called the Mont Blanc tunnel, and it takes you 20 minutes to get through this, and it's actually a mountain, and they've got a big tunnel all the way through this mountain like this, right? And they've got a huge big drill bit that's all lit up at night that shows you how they bored through this mountain. So I've been right through the whole of France, and it's an absolutely gorgeous place. There was a lot of vineyards and things like that. Beautiful, beautiful place. Right, French kissing, I would prefer to call it that than get off with them. That's our thing. You know, I don't think the Scots know, but see, if you're to find a romantic Scotsman, I would say keep him. Because in my experience, I've never really seen a romantic Scotsman yet. They're all like, right, okay, get your drawers off and get into bed. No, none of this would. You know, French or Italian are meant to be, you know, good lovers. That's what I'm striving for. Now, there's probably Scotsmen out there that are very romantic, but I'm yet to meet one. Even my dad with my mum, he's not really a romantic. My dad, I couldn't say my dad was romantic. Or my brother, I couldn't even say he was romantic. No, I've never known a romantic one that likes to scatter rose petals and stuff like run you a wee bath. You know, I've never known that. Yeah, you don't want a Glasgow kiss. You don't want to ask someone for a Glasgow kiss, because that's sore, is what that is. That's sore. If you don't know, that's sticking your head in someone like that. It's like what I would do for the aliens. If I couldn't use my fingers, they would get a Glasgow kiss to their big eyes. That's what would happen. Yeah, but I don't think I've known a man that's in Scotland that does that for his women, that runs her a wee bath and stuff like that and surprises her with wee notes and things. I'd love that, a wee note. I've made you lunch, and you know, you've got alphabet like chips, and it's or the spaghetti hoop things, but it's like letters, and they spell out love you or something cute like that. That's romance for me. Somebody making me a meal and spelling my name out. See, well, you're not a how can I put this? Not many men are like you, Will, then, because the men I've met there's no romance at all. There's no run a wee bath for. In fact, my ex-husband did run me a bath once, I think, and that's when I had came home from hospital with my firstborn daughter, and I was in terrible pain and stuff like that. I think he ran me a bath then, but never just spontaneous. There's a wee bath for you and go in and there's candles or something like that. You know, that would be lovely. Molten hot ice. Yes, see, that's it. The kilt. We don't get to see our men in kilts often. Kilts are just for like special occasions and like weddings and sometimes funerals or special do's and things like that. Burns night. That's the only time you really see them in a kilt. But as I said, on my wedding, and that was going back 1991, that I had umpteen photographs of up the kilts of the best men. And it wasn't me taking it, it was the aunties and things like that. I'm going, now that's frowned upon in this day. That's frowned upon. But that's what would happen. They would get pictures up their kilts. But saying that, the guys used to lift their kilts up just to show that they are true Scotsmen. There was some kind of pride in showing their bare bottom. Like, pride in it. And everybody would ask, are you a true Scotsman? And they would be ever so proud to go like that and show you the cheek of their bottom. Nobody ever done it like that. Nobody ever done it like face to face. They never done that. It's always just the cheek of their bottom they would show you. Ah, see, Pip, that's wonder. Do you know something? That's beautiful to know that there is actually men out there that do these things. Because it's a myth. They're like a myth to me. Because I've never known any. It's like the Yeti. It's like the Yeti or Bigfoot to me. I've never known. As I say, I grew up in a kind of hard area of Glasgow. And there was nothing romantic in our dating. There was nothing. Are you going to get off of me the night or no? Are you going to get off of me? Are you okay then? You know, that bit, that's your romance right there. Angela, thank you so much for coming in. Thank you so much for coming in. See, my ex-husband was a Leo as well, and I'm a Sagittarius, and we're meant to be a match made in heaven. Randy, good morning to you. Good morning. But yeah, I'd love the whole Mills and Boons thing. Vegan Dolls is inside a blizzard. Ooh, stay warm and cozy, Vegan Dolls. Warm and cozy. See, that's good. If a guy can make you laugh, if he can have a good laugh with you, that's wonderful. I've been just around serious people. I think that's how I'm so. I make a lot of jokes and stuff like that. I'm the joker, because if not, I wouldn't be laughing ever. There'd be nothing funny. There was nothing ever funny going on unless I'd be me doing it. Look at me, I'm over here. Every night out. Every night out we went, I'd be doing stuff like on the table and things like that, you know, and I'd be like, look at me, I'm dancing on the table, you know. No, but look at what Linda's doing tonight. Oh, ho, ho. And then the next day I'd be sitting in bed going, like, I can't believe I've done that again. What did I tell you, Linda? Don't be the clown. Don't be the clown. What did you do the first chance you got? You were the clown, weren't you, Linda? Look at yourself in the mirror. You were the clown again. This is the conversations I have with myself. You see that? This is what goes on in my head. What did I tell you? Don't be doing it, and there you're doing it again. And of course, people would always be phoning you, oh, see you last night, oh, what a laugh we had with you last night. And I'd be going, oh, for God's sake, no. So did everybody see that then? Did everybody see my skirt down? Aye, we were all out, and the neighbours seen it as well. That was the time with the bouncy castle. The skirt was down with the knickers, the white knickers with black tights. That was so embarrassing. And then the next day I was like, what have I told you about coordinating? Why, you've got black knickers there, Linda. Why did you have to wear a pair of white drawers with black tights? Now everybody knows that you're lazy. Well, have a lovely day. Have a lovely day. Yeah, so I torture myself, but every single time, Shona, good morning to you, every single time there's a night out, it starts off the same way. Same way I start off these streams. I won't be in the gutter today, and where am I in the gutter? I go a night out, and before I go a night out, the sober me talks to the drunk me and says, now listen, you know you're going to be having flavourings, you know that? Just try and keep it on the just level. Don't be going crazy, don't be doing anything weird. Don't be telling stories, don't be doing this and that, don't be dancing on tables, all the rest. If I spoke to and the drunk me would go, okay, I'll behave myself, I'll behave myself this time. And then it goes out the window and I'm on the table parking. Yes. I remember one day, I can't remember what we were doing, but there was party hats. Know how the party hats you get that are like cones? I remember this night, I had two of the cones going about going, I'm Madonna, I'm Madonna, I'm Madonna. And then the next time I'm going, oh, I can't believe I've done that with the hats. Did everybody see me with the hats? Even the bar staff were laughing at you. I can never go out again. Madonna, folk. Let's see. Oh, Pipsy, that's happened as well. I've come back from the bathroom and my skirt was tucked in the back. My tights. Yeah, I'd like someone that made me laugh. Well, you know, I'm a laugher. No, a laugher and a lover. And if they want somebody hot, by God, see right now, I'm boiling hot. I'm that kind of hot right now, I'm telling you. Good morning. Did I say good morning, Shona? I did. Yeah, I don't know if anybody else does that. Lunico, good morning to you. Good morning. I don't know if you do that as well before you go a night out. You talk to yourself first. And you say, right, you're going a night out tonight. Behave yourself. Don't be the centre of attention. Let someone else do it. Let someone else have the spotlight. You just sit back and observe. Observe the party from a seat. And I'm the one going, di conga, da 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 da, conga, da 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 da, woo, da 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 da, woo, di. Come on, everybody, let's conga right round the neighbourhood. Grab me, da 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 da, woo. I'm the one every time. See, Walton Hoss, I love that. I love someone with a good sense of humour like that, that's not frightened to poke fun at themselves. You know, that like, see, I like that as well. Sometimes I laugh in bed and I'll tell you, see if I do it, it's a right mood changer. I've got to try not to do that kind of nonsense. I know a lot of men get upset with that kind of thing. I'm not laughing at you. I'm not laughing at that. I'm just like a funny thought. Cause funny thoughts come out. A funny thought came into my head today. There was two squirrels outside doing it, and that just came to me. Would you stop it when we're trying to be romantic? I'm trying. Things just come into my brain. Shona, I do it every time. Every time that there's a night out, I'm like, right, you're going to meet people tonight. There's going to be a lot of people here. Right? Your children's going to be here and your children's friends. You don't want to have a bad example. Right? And I'm up on the table going, come on everybody, what's wrong with you? Let's go. My kids will be like that. I'll be going, don't be moany. Look at them being moany at their mother. And then the next day, the fear, the fear comes into me. Oh no. Oh. Jenny, that's the thing. Every night out is me doing. Saying that, there's usually, I think, in honesty, I've been maybe 2 nights out or 3 nights out in my whole life that there's not been a square go at the end of it. Someone's been fighting. Someone's been fighting. Every time, because the Scots love that, a right good fight on a night out as well. And I can remember where I had my wedding reception, right? It was away in the middle of nowhere, right, at these fields, and it was a golf course, and it was the golf course hall and everything like that, right? So that's where we were all at. We were all out there and everything. Everything seemed to be going smooth. We left, everything was fine. But we'd found out that a couple of relatives of my ex-husband, they ended up having a fight and decided they were walking home. In the middle of, I think someone's camera got tossed in a field. So it doesn't matter what event you go, it could be a funeral, it doesn't matter. The Scots like, some of the Scots, that's what they like at the end of their night. You know, at the beginning it's all loving and jolly, and at the end of the night it's, who's looking at me funny? You? Are you looking at me funny? I don't do it though. I'm not looking at empty. I'm not looking at empty. Yeah, that's what happens. There's always a square go. I remember my ex-husband getting hit with a sausage. I kid you's not. Hit with a sausage. It was, we'd got into a taxi with some people. We were going home. We were all blazing by this point. And this particular fella started arguing with the taxi driver. Now, we want to go home, so we don't want to be the taxi driver to say, right, get out, you're walking. Right, so we're trying to, come on now, don't be like that. The man's doing a job. Just sit and eat your sausage supper. We all had like sausage suppers and fish suppers going home. Eat your sausage supper. So this guy just picked up his sausage and threw it at my ex-husband. I was like, oh, for God's sake, there's going to be a riot now. There's been a sausage thrown. That's never good. Do you know, I think my ex-husband just picked it up and ate it. Some of the things is, oh, it's hilarious when you think it. Age is nothing. Age. I mean, you could get on with someone younger or older. It doesn't matter. Age is just a number. That's what I'm going to say, because I think Aquaman acts a bit younger than me, but in my mind, I'm your age, Aquaman. Yes, the people are great. I mean, don't get me wrong, the people are great, but nights out is a different thing from like just going to a pub. Like if it's a night out with family members, right? So you've got like 30 or 40 people, maybe more, maybe 50 people all for the same family. Say it's somebody's birthday. Obviously, it's a surprise. It's not a birthday party unless it's a surprise birthday party and someone come in. Oh, go. Oh, you have thrown me a surprise party. You know that kind of thing. It's usually the events that there's like a fight. I don't know. I've been meaning to pull you up about something. See your Wayne's out the back. Would you mind telling them to stop kicking the bins? You know, this kind of thing. Oh, I've been meaning to talk to you. Your Wayne's bullying my Wayne. This is what happens at family do's, and it usually ends up with fisticuffs, a square go. Walking in hot ice. See, it's weird when you think it like that, but when you get to obviously an adult, age is just a number. Oh yeah, if you're still a minor, it would be. But if you're older, if you're of age, Sky, then um, it's just a number. See, I wouldn't bother with age. I like older people. I like younger people. I'm a people lover. Obviously, of the age, you know. Anything like even in their 20s would be way too young. It'd be icky for me. They would need to be 40s, you know, early 40s, something like that would be acceptable for me. I mean, I think see somebody at 40, they're 9 years younger than me. Do you know, I was talking to my mum and I'd said to my mum something about being 50 this year, and she says, would you stop saying that? I said, what? She says, going to stop saying that you're going to be 50 this year. I said, how? She says, it makes me sound old. I says, but I am. Right, I'll not mention it again, Mum. Oh, we're full of banter. That's for sure. We're full of banter. Absolutely full of the banter. But we try our best to stay away from topics of football, religion, and politics. We try our best to stay away from that because that's a very sensitive subject in my neck of the woods, in Glasgow especially. that's you can keep that conversation for in your own house, but you don't really want to be talking about it when you're out your house. Who's a Celtic fan? Her there, let's get her. See, when she goes to the toilet, she's getting jumped. Jumped isn't a good thing. When you were 20, you get married. I got married at 19. I was engaged at 17. When I got engaged, I was still in the knicker factory, making knickers and bras. I'll tell you, that was a great job because see, now and again they would have a sale, and say like a bra strap, the stitching wasn't completely right on it. That would be like tossed out, but what they used to do was keep them all, and then every now and again they'd have a sale and it'd be like £2 for a bra and stuff like that. So it was great. You could get all your bras and things, and it was a factory full of women. Right, it was like 500 women in this factory. The only men in the factory was the mechanics that came to fix your sewing machine, because now and again you'd have a bad stitch and they would need to come and fix your sewing machine. So any man that walked, now this is wrong at this day and age, but I'm telling you, this was back in the 80s, late 80s. This is what happened in factories. Where you could smoke and stuff like that. You'd be smoking at your machine and everything. So any man that came into the factory, we used to pay them back for the amount of building sites women had to walk by, and guys would be shouting, "All right, doll, how are you doing?" You know, guys used to shout at you if you walked by. So we decided in this factory that man needs to pay for that. So any man coming in, "Good morning, sweet Lewis. The snow's went away now, it's all melted, Lewis, but I think it might snow again, it's freezing." So any man that came into this factory would get our scissors. We all had scissors for cutting material, and we'd start banging it on our table, and you'd go, "Oh," and you'd get louder, "Oh," like that, and you'd start really bouncing it like that. And you'd see the men, they would start coming through the factories of, "Look at me, 500 ladies. Look, you could be missing all of this," right? So they start walking through, and then you hear the chapping, and then you can see them walking a bit faster. And see, when we were all 500 women doing that, the noise, the men would be running. The men would be running away, feels like that, as fast as they would all be like this. Oh, Sky, I was too young, truth be known, but as I said, I'd been going with my ex-husband since I was like 11, 12-year-old. Me and him were dating and stuff, so when I got married, engaged at 17 and stuff, we'd been going out for years. We'd been going out, and then we got married when I was 19. But I remember the police. Now that they got it harder. Some girl had been stealing. I don't think she was stealing the bras, but I think she was stealing out of people's handbags, right, which is a bad thing. And she got caught stealing, so the police got called to the factory. So we're all sewing away our knickers and stuff like that, and we look around, and there's the two policemen, and then you see we all just light up like light bulbs, get our scissors and start watching them going, "Oh," like that, chatting, and these police would be like running away. That's probably not politically correct now, but back in that day, it was as if we were getting them back for all the years of women having to walk by building sites and get it. Yeah, that was me over a cliff, and he trundled off. My ex-husband, away went. I could see his car just going into the distance like that. I'm over a blooming cliff like that. Oh my God, my tyre! And there was a bit of concrete like this, and my tyre was down here, so there was like a bit like that. I couldn't get it over, and an angel stopped and helped me, a man stopped and helped me. And eventually when I got down there, Mike's husband went, "What kept you?" I was like, I was over a cliff and this angel guy comes out of nowhere and helps me over the cliff. To this day, I still see when he says something, I'll say, oh, like you were there when I was over the cliff. And he'll say, it wasn't a cliff. I says, well, it was a blooming cliff to me. And there was water at the bottom of the cliff. Trundled off like that. Remember that? Yeah, I was almost lost. I was almost lost in a ditch. Imagine that guy though. I mean, and he says to me, once he got the car over, he says, "Now I want you to sit for a minute." And I was like, okay. Sit for a minute, just get yourself together before you go. And I was like, he was like a saintly man. A saintly. God has came to my rescue a few times over the years, and that was one of them. I never even had my phone with me. I was listening to the Partridge Family. The Partridge Family was blasting out, "Merry Christmas, everyone." Oh, that was all going on. And I was crying. Yes. Lunico, I do. Every chance I get and he says something like, I'll be there and I'll be like, "Oh, like you were there when I was over the cliff one time." Where you went into the distance. I know though for a fact that in a matter of time he would have eventually come up to see what had happened to me. I wouldn't have been there all night. Yeah, I love the Partridge Family. I've got the Partridge Family on my phone. So I do, and when I'm in the car, because my phone connects to the car, I can listen to my Partridge Family while I'm driving. See, that's how old I am. That's when you know, people know your age. Because I'll say the Partridge, who's that? Who's the Partridge Family? Are they like little mixes? No, they're not. They were little mix. They're older people. Oh, Sophie, you are hanging out with friends. And listen, I'm glad yous are here for me because I've been feeling rotten. And just coming on and talking to you, always have a wee laugh and it makes me feel a bit better. But I'm still waiting on my doggy's bed as well. That was meant to be delivered yesterday, but I've checked, it's getting delivered today. But no fear, like the doggies are quite comfortable on my cushions. See that? Spoiled rotten doggies. Yeah, see, I get on good with my ex-husband. We have a good laugh and stuff like this. But he's never one for noticing anything. Like as I say, I can have all my Halloween decorations up, skulls and skeletons hanging for the ceiling, pumpkins flashing, all this. You've seen my house at Halloween. And he'll come in and he'll sit down and I'll say to him, "Do you not notice anything?" And he'll say, "Have you had your hair done?" I go, "No, I've not had my hair done. It's something a bit bigger than hair." And he's looking at me going, "Is that a new top or something like that?" "Look, there's skeletons." And he'll go, "Oh, aye, so there is." What a man. I wouldn't be, see if he wasn't like that, I wouldn't be him. I could be cooking. When we were married, I could have been in the kitchen naked, making square sausages, and he would come in and say, "When's the sausages ready?" He would not notice. He wouldn't notice. One time I dropped him off at his work with brown hair, and I collected him with platinum blonde hair, and he never said. I said, "Do you not notice anything?" And then, oh, aye, you've had your hair done, haven't you? Oh, you're food for your pigeons. See, my pigeons love the fat balls. Although that was a terrible joke my dad made. Did you hear that joke, Sophie, about what my dad said about the pigeon? I'm slow. I was slow, because you don't expect your father to be joking like that, but there you are. He says things like that, and I'm like, "Dad, would you pack it?" The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, you see. Sophie, did you hear what my father said about the pigeons? I'll say it again anyway. I was talking to my mum, and one of my pigeons was standing there. Yeah, Pigeon was looking in the window at me. I'm going, look, Mum, see, it's looking in the window. And she says, maybe it needs some food. I says, no, I says, it's got fat balls. And my dad said, maybe it's the way it's standing. And I went, no, it's got plenty, there's plenty of food. My mum went, no, Hen, that's not what your dad's talking about. Your dad's talking about the pigeon having fat balls. I was like, for God's sake, Dad, what age are you? Behave yourself. My poor pigeons. And then, of course, my mind starts wandering, thinking, I wonder where their balls are. Because you don't see them dangling at the back of them like dogs, you know. So I'm thinking it must be, they must suck them up into their stomach cavity or something. So all that had happened. I'd never thought about it before, but there you are. I was thinking about pigeons' balls. This is my days. This is what happens during my day. I'm like, I don't know. I'm going to have a look now and see if they've got balls. People will be going, that's it, Mum's great. She's had enough chances, her. Talking about pigeons like that. She's unsubscribed to her, for God's sake. She's went too far this time. I've never seen them showing pigeons with balls, but yeah, I thought that they must be inside their body because you don't see them flapping about. And then the whole thing went about seagulls. I was thinking, well, seagulls are a lot bigger than pigeons, and if they were going to have them externally, you would see them kind of dangling at the back, and I've never seen a pigeon's dangle at the back. Oh, and then you think to yourself, I can't believe I'm thinking this stuff. That's my father's fault. Father, don't be saying that again. Yeah, I know, see, I never know what I'm going to be up to. I'm thinking, see this pandemic we're going through, it's got a lot to answer for. I'm getting worse every day. Every day I'm getting worse. Who would have thought last year I'd be sitting here? Oh, there's the police on the street. Here, let's do some blind twitching. Right, let's get on. We're doing something. Let's see. It's the fuzz. Let's see. Hold on, bring you round like this. Let's look out there. Oh, there they are. Look. See them? It's the fuzz. Oh, they're in that bit. Here. Let's go outside. Let's go outside. We're just letting the dogs out. Let's go out. See what's happening. Let's see. Oh. Where are they? Oh, they're up there. Let's see if you can see. They're up at the flats. See, I could extend yous and yous could tell me what's happening. Did you see anything? I don't know. Right, let's go back in, it's freezing. Oh, there's things all down with the wind. Right, come in, guys. I wonder what's going on. I wonder if it's got anything to do with that fight that happened over there last week. Because somebody was shouting, your ma drinks and drives. Your ma drinks and drives. Yes, some of them do. It's usually like a Friday or Saturday night. It's not my neighbours directly next to me. But over in the flats, there has been a few. Hold on. There's been a few fights. Pop enough. Oh, sorry guys. Over in the flats, there's been quite a few fights. So there has, but that was a good one the other week. Your ma drinks and drives, and this guy this girl shouting, "Don't you be talking about Mamo! Don't you be talking about Mamo, or I'll do a violent act on you." And then the next thing, the guy's walking like that, like Jesus, like this, And he's going, come on then, you're an old man, like that. So maybe it's got to do with that, but there you are. I always like seeing the police in the street. uh, yeah, I can't wait to get out and sit in my rocking chair. I love sitting out there in my rocking chair. Not just to be nosy, but just to look at clouds and stuff. Have you ever just done that in a nice summer day, just watch the clouds and make shapes out of them? That one looks like a nose. That one looks a bit like a cat there. You know, that's what I do. See if that one and that one joined, that would look like two people doing it. That's the kind of stuff I do. And then, oh God, that one looks a bit like the devil. I don't like the look of that one. That's a bad cloud. Muffin, good morning to you, lovely Muffin. Good morning. But I wonder what's happening. See, I'm nosy. I can't help it. But that's good that I'm nosy. There's a big fat pigeon coming over for his dinner. I love my pigeons. Yeah, Shona, sitting outside with a coffee and just, listening to the birds. Listening to the birds. But sometimes, even during the day, my scenic place will get interrupted with a couple of people fighting. I see, the place I stay is, there's a lot of activity, let's say that. There's a lot of things that go down. That's how, see, when they were all letting off the fireworks last week, you daren't go out and say to them, don't be doing that, because they would put it through your letterbox. They just would. You'd be a target, so you stay out of it. I stay out of everybody's business. Wait, see the amount of pigeons. See, wait, I show you. I show you my pigeons, my gorgeous, gorgeous fat pigeons. There they are. There's one going to go in the water. There was two mating yesterday that I seen. My goodness, Poppy. There was two mating yesterday. See, they need more fat balls. There they are, all my wee pigeons. I love it when they go into the water, into the bath. I love that when it's bath time. But see, when starlings, I was saying to my mum this morning, when starlings come, it's so exciting for them. They're all dead excited about being in the water. Yes, nature's... See, with my new water feature, I'll be setting up the camera and just leaving it on the water feature so you'll hear whatever's happening round about. You'll hear. There's my baby. There's my darling. There. What would we do without our babies? What would we do without our babies? Oh, Shona, that sounds wonderful with cows and everything like that. I love the sound of the countryside. And chickens, I love the sound of the chickens and everything like that. There was a place in Rossi that we used to go and they had like peacocks just roaming wild and things, but they had geese as well, but to watch, the geese were quite aggressive, believe it or not. You wouldn't think that, but geese were quite aggressive, so we stayed away from them. But you'd hear the geese and all that. Yeah, well, I've got lots of water in the bird bath from my pigeons. Yes, yes. Are you a wee cow, darling? Are you a little bit of a cow? I don't know, but you're a tramp, aren't you? We know that. You're the tramp of Glasgow, and that's saying something. Aren't you? You wee tramp? Yeah, she's a tramp. She's a tramp and she doesn't care who knows. Yes. So anyway, guys, I think I'm going to go. I don't know what I'm going to watch today. But I'll be back tomorrow, Saturday tomorrow. So I'll be prettier than I am today. And I'll be sitting at my table doing my makeup and I'll be loving that. I'll be enjoying doing your makeup in the morning. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for you tomorrow. I have got a couple of new things because I've always got new stuff. You know what I'm like. to put on you, but I'm going to enjoy doing that tomorrow. So have a wonderful day, everybody. If anything happens with the police, I'll come back live and let you, because you've got to know what's happening as well. We need to know what's going on, officer. Have a wonderful Friday, and I love you all very much. So bye.